Good evening, everyone. Welcome to class. And as always, we'll start with 2 lacrosse balls behind the top of the shoulder blades. So I like to do just above the shoulder blades a little bit so I get some of those pesky, hard to stretch tight spots. As you can see, you can go side to side, up, down. You can move the arms around to see if that helps you get at some of your more tight spots. And if you don't have lacrosse balls, you can always use tennis balls or one of those other like pokeballs that are made specifically for fascia release. And we'll gently work our way down. You can lower the lacrosse balls to between the shoulder blades and the spine. And again, you can move the arms so that you can see what feels better for you. Sometimes it's a little hard to find our pesky tight spots. Whenever you're ready, we'll move a little further down, that bottom of the shoulder blade area. My husband likes to tease me that this is where I do my cheesy slow dancing. He is correct. But sometimes that really helps get at those little hard to get spots that are also sometimes hard to massage just right. And whenever you're ready, lower them down to the low back. And you can stay there. You can move to the top of the hips. And as we go along, if there's any one spot that really talks to you, go ahead and stay there. This is all just a suggestion. You have to do what works for your body. And you can move to the middle of the hip a little bit. And you can also use one and not two. You can slow this down and do one side then the other. You should be able to rewind this and catch up at your leisure. And go ahead and bring it under the right hip. Little side to side. For me, there's a little sort of pocket where my hip dips in right below where the bone pokes out on the side. For me, that's a good spot. Maybe a little bit above there, below there, to the front or back feels good for you. And then you can stay there and move to the IT band type area. And one of my favorite things about these is you feel really in control over the intensity. And so that's nice because it helps you relax when you're knowing that you're not going to betray yourself and do too much by accident. And whenever you're ready, left hip. What feels good today? Go ahead and bring it down to the side of the thigh. All right, we'll move those lacrosse balls out of the way and go ahead and bring the left arm up, chicken wing the arm. And then keep the chest lifted, and you can rotate the chest out a little. You can rotate the feet out. You can gaze over the right shoulder, whatever feels right for you. And I like to move really slowly in these stretches because it goes from 0 to wow really quickly. Whenever you're ready, extend the arm out. And again, start by backing off and then seeing, okay, maybe I can open the chest a little. Maybe I can look over that shoulder and I can still breathe. And go ahead and angle the arm up. And angle the arm down. And go ahead and come back to center, and we'll walk away from the wall. So the wrist will be sort of in line with the shoulder, and then you can rotate the feet out, just maybe gaze over that right shoulder. All about the intensity you need today. And go ahead and back off a little and rotate the fingers toward the floor. Open the chest, maybe gaze over the other shoulder. Few deep breaths. And go ahead and back off, roll the shoulder. And we'll move to the other side. Go ahead and chicken wing that right arm up. And again, adjust the feet, keep the chest lifted, maybe gaze over the left shoulder. Choosing what works for you today. And then go ahead and straighten that arm out. Few deep breaths here. And go ahead and angle the arm up. And angle the arm down. And come back into center, walk away from the wall, right wrist in line with the right shoulder, sort of. And maybe gaze over the left shoulder, maybe rotate the feet out. Few deep breaths. Go ahead and back off, rotate fingers toward the floor. And you can rotate the feet out, you can gaze over the other shoulder. Few deep breaths. And nice job, let it go. Roll the shoulders a couple times. And then we'll go ahead and bring the hands about shoulder distance apart and relax the chest down. So you can bring the hands lower if you'd like, send the hips back. We're just trying to get the upper back to move a little bit more. And gently come back up. And we'll do that headstand modification. So go ahead and press the forearms in the wall, walk into the wall. If you'd like more of a challenge here, you can always come into a forearm down dog and either hold there or lift one leg at a time to simulate that weight and that force being held in the shoulders. And gently release, let it go. A little rock side to side. And we're just doing this to keep that subscapularis, that big muscle behind the shoulder blade, nice and active. We'll do it one more time. Help us lower the shoulder blades. Go ahead and walk in again. And nice job. Let it go. You can roll the shoulders. You can do another side stretch if you'd like. And we'll make our way to seated. Alright, now we'll set up our little bolster slip. So go ahead and grab one block on the high level, one block on the low level, and drape a bolster or a stiff pillow over top. And back up to the bolster. You can bring any support under the knees you'd like, legs bent straighter out or knees out to the side. It's all good. Relax the arms. We're just getting a little more movement in that upper back. Few deep breaths. See if you can let your inhales and exhales be a little longer, a little deeper, a little more relaxed. And go ahead and reach the arms behind, feet in front, maybe circle the wrists and the ankles if you'd like. And we'll come away from the bolster. Move that bolster out of the way. And do our neck massage. So go ahead and move one of the blocks off to the side. And if you don't like this, you can always skip it and go straight to supported fish pose. Just fast forward a little bit. But I sometimes enjoy a little neck massage. So I'll either tilt that block so that the edge meets behind the middle of the ear, that kind of bump at the back of the head. Or you can bring the lacrosse balls behind the back of the head on top of that block and then move the head side to side, up, down, maybe little circles over spots that you find a little tension. Whatever feels good to you. And so I'm just demoing the tilting the block up. And some people can let go of the block. I always have to hold it there, otherwise it falls down. So I think it's really just depending on your neck. And gently come away, nice job. And then you can either grab the oval block or roll up 2 blankets. That's usually a personal preference thing. So I'll show you the rolling up of the blankets, and you can use towels for this in a pinch, it's easy. Just roll it up so you have a fairly substantial little roll and bring it behind the shoulder blades. And that back block's just there for head support, so you can leave it there. You can rotate it to the medium height or add some other pillow or blanket on top to support. You can move it out of the way if you'd prefer. It's all about what feels okay in your neck. And come back to the breath. And you can stay here, you can extend the legs forward, you can interlace the fingers, press the palms up and guide pinky fingers behind the head if you'd like. And come back to the breath. And go ahead and bring the arms back by your sides, bend the knees, place the feet on the mat, and tuck the chin and the chest, come away from the blanket roll. And we'll go ahead and grab one of the blocks and bring one of the edges under the armpit but above the breast tissue. And rock a little bit forward and back. And nice job. Go ahead and come back up and we'll move to the other side. Go ahead and bring the edge under the left armpit, above the breast tissue, a little front to back, helping release that pec minor a little bit. And nice job, gently come away from that block. And we'll make our way up to seated. So we'll go ahead and bring the blocks up to the front. And you can sit on any support you'd like. You can sit on a bolster, on blankets. Just make sure you have one of the blocks handy and one of the straps handy for a couple of our shoulder stretches. Take your time getting comfortable. And then whenever you find that good seat, pull the belly and lift the chest and lift the right arm up. Open the chest, little side stretch. And left arm up over to the other side. And continue back and forth at your pace, lingering in whichever side feels better today. And whenever you're ready, meet back in center. We'll do some neck stretches. Right ear toward the right shoulder. Maybe right hand to left side of the head. Maybe walk the left fingertips to the left. And you can move the arm up and down. You can rotate the chin until you find what feels good to you today. And release. Left ear toward the left shoulder. Maybe left hand to right side of the head. Maybe walk the right fingertips to the right. Maybe moving the chin or the arm to find the right stretch for you. And let it go and lift the chest, chin over the right shoulder. Maybe right fingertips to left cheekbone. Maybe walk the left fingertips to the left. Few deep breaths. And let it go. Lift the chest, chin over the left shoulder. Maybe left fingertips to right cheekbone. Maybe walk the right fingertips to the right. Come back to the breath. And let it go. Lift the chest, chin halfway over to the right. Right hand comes to the back of the head, chin to the chest. Left hand can stay or reach across the low back. Few deep breaths. And let it go. Lift the chest. Chin halfway over to the left. Left hand comes to the back of the head, chin to the chest. Right hand can stay or reach across the low back. And gently release. And you can take chin from shoulder to shoulder or support the back of the head, full rotation. Whatever works for you. And after this circle, reverse. One more circle. All right, go ahead and find your strap, unroll the strap, grab the buckle with one hand, take the strap really wide, reach it up, guide it behind the shoulders, maybe look up, and come back around, roll the shoulders a couple of times. We'll do that 2 more times. Reach the strap up, guide it behind the shoulders. Maybe look up. Maybe come back around, roll the shoulders a couple of times. And 1 more time. Reach the strap up, guide it back. And coming back around, roll the shoulders. And we'll go ahead and bring it behind the left shoulder, arms into parallel, lift the left arm up, back into the front. Doing a different kind of circle that sometimes I've heard referred to as around the world. It's kind of a fun name. And you can always make the strap wider to make this a little easier for you. And whenever you're ready, reverse. Nice job. And go ahead and bring the strap over the right shoulder, right arm by the right ear, bend the elbow, reach back. You can stay here, or you can grab the strap with the right hand and reach the left hand below the low back, behind the low back, grab the other half of the strap. And I'll just turn around for you so that you can see what that looks like. Few deep breaths, working to keep the chest lifted. And nice job. Let it go. Roll the shoulders. And we'll go ahead and bring the strap over the left shoulder. Bring the left arm by the left ear, bend the elbow, reach back. You can stay here. You can bring the other hand across the low back. Maybe grab the strap. Few deep breaths, just working to keep the chest lifted. And let it go. Roll the shoulders. And extend the arms out to the sides. Reach through the fingertips until you can feel it in the elbow. Rotate the thumbs back. And forward. Back. Forward. Couple more times. Back. And forward. And it's okay if this is intense. This one's kind of a nervy stretch. 1 more. Back. And forward. One more. And let it go. Roll the shoulders. And go ahead and interlace the fingers. Press the palms away. Guide the palms up. Reach high. And come back around. Roll the shoulders a couple of times. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and bring the other thumb on top. Press the palms away. Guide them up. And let it go. Roll the shoulders. And go ahead and bring the right arm up. Press the palm away, pull the fingers back, guide the fingers back. Maybe gaze over the left shoulder. Few deep breaths. And let it go. And go ahead and bring the left arm up, press the palm away, guide back, maybe gaze over the other. Few deep breaths. Nice job, let go. And go ahead and take the arms wide, left arm over right arm, little hug. Arms wide, right arm over left arm, little hug. And arms wide, left arm over right arm, bend the elbows, squeeze the arms together. You can reach the elbows away and up. And remember, you don't have to grab with that wrist. It's okay for the arms to just be kind of reaching toward each other, just as long as you feel a good stretch in the shoulders. Nice job, let it go. Arms wide. Then right arm over left arm, bend the elbows, squeeze the arms together. Maybe reach away and up. Maybe side to side. Up, down, or circles. And nice job, let go. Roll the shoulders a couple of times. And we'll do one more. I'll turn around just so you can see it a little better. Interlace the fingers, reach the knuckles away, lift the chest, maybe look up. And whenever you're ready, release, press the palms away. More. Maybe look up. And let it go. Roll the shoulders a couple times. And go ahead and grab either the oval block or the cork block if you want a little more of a challenge, and we'll do the shoulder rotations. So go ahead and lean over, bring the block under, and then lean over to the right, block over. So it's a circle under the arm, and then a circle over the shoulder. A few rounds each side. And we'll move to the other side. Bring the block under the right shoulder, and then a circle over. Kind of like a figure eight. Few rounds. And nice job, let it go. And we'll make our way onto all fours. So you can move the bolster out of the way. Then I like to grab a blanket for the knees. Take your time. And go ahead and let the knees be wide, hands spread out. And then we'll bring right hand under the right shoulder, lift the left arm up, open the chest, and then little hug. See if you can grab those right ribs, lift the arm up, open the chest, little hug. 3 more. 2. 1 more. Nice job. Go ahead and bring that arm down, right arm up, little hug. 4 more. Lift up, little hug. 3. 2. 1 more. Very nice. And go ahead and step the left foot forward. A little weight back and forth. Little bonus work here. I figure we've all been sitting a little bit too much during this quarantine stuff, so we can get a little extra in the hips. Help do some unsitting. And then if you'd like a little more of a hip stretch, go ahead and bring that left knee behind the left wrist. You can angle the foot across to the right hip or bring it across toward the front. It's all about what works well for you. You can stay up, you can recline, you can bring a bolster under the hips if you want, or you can skip this if it doesn't feel good. That's perfectly fine. And whenever you're ready to come back, you can go ahead and step the right foot forward. Little rock back and forth. Just working on those hip flexors a little bit. Because I think despite our best efforts, they tend to get a little tight. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and bring the right knee behind the right wrist. If you want that extra hip stretch, if not, you can go ahead and skip it. You can walk the back foot back. You can lift the chest. You can relax down. I like to use the blocks. Some people will relax all the way down, just like some people will put a bolster or a couple more blankets under the hips. It's all about what works for you. Make your way back to all fours. We'll reset the blocks and go ahead and bring them about shoulder distance apart. Bring the elbows right on the middle of the blocks. Relax the chest down, and then I like to bring the hands together and guide the thumbs toward the mid-back, because that feels good to me. Whatever works for you. And make your way back up. And we'll move the blocks out of the way. Move the blanket out of the way. Make our way onto our stomach. And then go ahead and cross the arms up the breast tissue. Right arm in front of left arm. And palms can be up or down. It's whatever feels good. Just like sometimes it's nice to put a blanket under there for a little more support. A few deep breaths, stretching those deltoid muscles a little bit. All right, go ahead and walk the arms back in, and we'll do the other side. Left arm in front of right arm, crossing the arms in front of you. Reach away. Palms can be up or down. Whatever feels good to you. Go ahead and walk the arms back in. Come onto your elbows, and then bring the left arm underneath. Go ahead and kick out the right knee, right arm on top, and then lift the right arm up, open the chest. And then you can keep that right knee down or float it off the ground a little bit. Go ahead and use it as leverage to find a good stretch. And you can go back and forth. You can stay in one spot where you're like, ooh, this feels like a great stretch today. And if you want more here, you can always pause the video and do a little bit more. I'll do about a minute each side. Whenever you're ready, bring that right arm back on top of the left arm, bring the right knee back, come back on your elbows, and then bring the right arm underneath, left arm on top, kick that left knee out, and then you can lift that left arm up, open the chest. And I forgot to mention, you can always bring a blanket behind the head to support if it would feel better in the neck. All about personal preference. You can go back and forth, you can hold. And you can always pause the video and do it for a little longer. We'll be here for about a minute. And nice job. Go ahead and bring that left arm back on top of the right arm, left knee back. Make your way back onto your forearms and then come up, and we'll get set up for rest today. So you can return to that bolster slope if that felt good today. I'm just going to show you another nice option. Just depending on what's tight, I'm going to elevate my hips. So I like to make it so that my belly kind of hangs over the edge of the bolster. And you can put a block under that bolster so that it has a little bit of an upward slope. If you want, go ahead and play around and see what works for you. And thanks so much for joining. I appreciate you taking the time, and I hope you feel really great. Have a wonderful evening. Namaste.